That's something I should change immediately. That was a story. It is what it is. It's a whole thing. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Gina. How are you? Today we're going to be doing a tag that I was tagged in from Sandy over at Let's Get Fit. Hi sweets. So I will say that in the middle of the tag I'm putting my makeup on, multitasking, because we don't have a lot of time right now, right? We're all running short on time. But anyways, I hope you like this video, and make sure you go over to Sandy's channel. I will link it below. Yes, Sandy, it was very thought-provoking. I will tell you that sometimes I answered them out of order, and it is what it is. It's a whole thing. So if you like these type of videos, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you're coming over from Sandy's channel or one of the other channels, please subscribe and welcome to the crazy lady and enjoy all the crazy that goes on around here. My battery, of course, is dying. I will see you in a second. The first question says, what matters to you most? Well, Jesus, my Christian walk. I don't know if we're supposed to say one thing or many things. My relationship with the Lord is the correct answer. It's the number one answer. But what I know that you're asking is in the world. And the answer to that is my husband and my children. But on the day-to-day, it's my husband and how I can have another 30 years with him. Of course, now we're both in our 50s, and to say we would have another 30 years is probably a stretch. But, you know, let's die trying, right? I'll be filming today if you're wondering why I'm getting all dressed up sitting here in this house and can't go outside. But my face is so dehydrated. And I don't know if it's just from living in this dried up house or what, but we're going to do our best to hydrate up this skin with a little bit of Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. It's not a ton of coverage, but... Number 2, what is your happiest memory? I was talking to Sandy and she said, be aware, it's kind of thought-provoking, and I haven't read the questions yet. I know a lot of you would say, oh, the day I got married, the day I had my child, both of those were disasters. Whole stories all in themselves. Only been married one time, love of my life, just didn't start out that way. You know, this is kind of freaking me out because I don't apparently have a lot of happy... Like my happiest memory that's kind of a scary thing to say because, you know, we're supposed to be happy, right? That just kind of sort of makes me sad to try to think of what my happiest memory is. I mean, when I think of my childhood, I really only have like 1 or 2 really memories. I have funny memories, like driving my car into the lake. That was a story. I was kind of crazy as a teenager because everything I'm thinking of back in the day is like, I don't want to say that. One of my funnest, what is the actual question? Dang it, Gina. Okay, well, I don't know if it's a happiest memory, but it was darn funny. It was the Friday after Thanksgiving. My granddaughter didn't have school, and I was in the middle, let's start by saying, I was in the middle of, that's bugging me. See, that's what I don't want to happen, is my curls to leave. Of letting all my gray grow out, and I wasn't going to be a younger looking brown haired Grammy anymore. I was going to be a gray haired Grammy. And so that's where I was in life. And I had like 4 months of outgrowth, and I was ready to cut my hair off and just whole hog be gray. I cut off 13 inches of hair to get to that point. And we'd had a good day. We had went down to the church, and you know what? It was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Yes, it was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So, it was just her and I. She's 5 years old, and we'd spent some time at the church. We had made candy to take to Thanksgiving dinner. We went and ate lunch. She was like, Grammy, let's sit down and put our jams on and watch a movie. And I could tell that girl had been thinking about it. I mean, she had been thinking this through. And so she's sitting there, and she snuggles up to me, and she starts rubbing my arm, and she said, Grammy, she said, I really don't think you want your hair that color. I said, no. She said, no. Pretty sure you want it brown. Oh, my Lord. Oh, I've had fun with that story. That child will come up with it. I promise you. She doesn't have any problem speaking. I don't know where she gets it. Speaking her mind. She'll say whatever comes to her mind. But, so we are here in the middle of this thing we're all going through. And, I need my hair dyed terribly. So, like when I look in a camera, I see it and I think, oh, yeah, okay. Kind of get why she thought that. I guess that is one of my happiest memories because it was just hilarious. Number 3. What are 3 things that put a smile on your face? 3 things that put a smile on my face are Drew Pearson, Carter Pearson, Lyric Pearson. Those kids can put a smile on my face. And of course, the 4th one would be Casey Pearson, which is the mommy in all of that. But the minute you said 3 things that can put a smile on my face, I don't care how rotten they're being, them kids can just make me smile. Those are people, not things. Okay, so let's go with things. Makeup can do that for me. If it's a beauty, it can just make me, like I want a House of Sillage lipstick so terribly. You know what puts a smile on my face every single time I see one? A Beetle. A Volkswagen, and it has happened my whole life. If I see one, I just smile. It puts a smile on my face. And then another thing that puts a smile on my face in generally, every day when my husband walks through the door, it just makes me happy. Is that a tangible thing? Well, I guess that's debatable because the minute he walks through the door, I just am lighter, happier. The ocean can make me smile. I guess if I had to pick another tangible thing, not a person. But Tom beats the ocean. I know a lot of you are like, oh God, sick. You know, whatever. No, it's true. I love him like that much. Who is or are the most important people in your life? Uh-oh. See, I didn't read the questions. My husband, my son and grandkids, and my sisters and their families. I mean, and my brother and his family. Now, I don't get to see, you know what's hilarious is technically, physically in the real world, my brother is not physically my brother, but he's my brother. And he literally lives like 6 blocks away from me and I never see him. My sisters live states away from me and I see them more. There's a problem with that. Now, Ronnie, if you're listening, Lisa, let him understand that he is in the top mix because I don't have a huge array of people. My closest, my everyday closest is Lenny and Letitia, and you've met both of them here on this channel. They're the ones that are my go-tos. They're the ones, my confidants, my people. They're my people. So I could really put them in that mix as well. I'm really probably messing this up, Sandy. I know. I probably should be, this is a get ready with me. I'm gonna put some of this on since I got it in my hands. What am I doing? Getting ready to film a video. It's just like perfect. It's like perfect. It's my color. It's almost gone. Oh, it is almost gone. That's it. That's all I got left. Oh, I need a new one. Oh, that's going to upset me to no end if I don't have that. Number 5, what do you like most about yourself? I think I'm funny. Tom thinks I'm crazy. And the correct answer, of course, would probably be C, B. You know, I like the most about myself that I sing and I play. But that just seems prideful to me. It just does. That's not really who I am. I will share on here. I will sing. If you ask me to, like someone has just asked me to sing a song, and I will put that out. Yeah, I don't know who holds tomorrow. I think it's just called Who Holds Tomorrow. But, because many things about tomorrow I just don't understand, and that's the preface of this song. So go ahead and look for that. I'll put that out. Hello, Betty. What do you like most about yourself? If you're talking physical attributes, I would have to say my eyes. In general, my eyes have, been pretty important to me, which lends itself to the fact that that I'm blind. You know, it's hard to deal with because that is something that I've always loved about myself, and the gift that God gave me of my voice, which is a whole nother ball of wax. I can tell you that if my family heard me say that, they would get on to me because I don't sing very much. But in reality, you know, they do it all. So let them do it. Just let them do it. Number 6. What are your deepest fears? Drains and fire. Drains above fire. You're thinking, oh my God, that is a stupid fear. I have, now, mind you, I just shared with you that I just cut off 13 inches of hair. So, and my whole life has kind of been like that. I have more hair than height. And that's literally true at some points in my life. I mean, that's a stretch. It's never been longer than my body, but pretty darn close when I was little. Because I was a little bit of nothing then, and I was all hair. Cousin It comes to mind, and I do have a picture somewhere in life where they had made me up as Cousin It, and I was all hair and feet. Man, I wish I could find that picture. That's a happy memory, even though I don't really remember it, but the picture, you know, is a happy memory. But yeah, drains are something that makes me feel anxious, and it's hard for me to enjoy water. Now, ocean, good with. There's no bottom. Is that stupid? There's nothing to suck me down and keep me under water. I know it's stupid. I get that. I 100% get that. I'm going to use the Estee Lauder little bronzer that I really, really like. I need to get it in the full size. It's this little bitty tiny thing that they gave as a part of a gift. And I can bring it down, but it never really goes away. There's this line, and you know what it is? It's a demarcation line of warmer skin to hidden skin because of my double chin, which is always getting better, but okay, I'm ranting now. See, it doesn't go away. That demarcation line. I guess I could probably try to put white there. I don't know. Then I think there would be more of a line. It is what it is. I can't change it. And then the other is fire, but I have a huge fascination with it. Huge fascination with it. Like I would seek it out. I would go hunt it down. I would. Well, you would think that I would have used that bronzer right then. And I know this is a finishing powder, but it's just pretty, and I do that when I'm going to be here in the house just to bring my emotions up, to spread some love. You want to see how pretty it is? Look how pretty it is. For those of you who don't have it. It's a pricey little bottle of nothingness, really. See them? Oh, you can't see them. There's a little white thing on there, Gina. But they are pretty. See them? Oh! Oh! I poured them out. They're just little balls. I'm gonna have to clean my desk. I think I would say one of my deepest, how many do you want to share? I don't know. I think another fear that I have is my kids actually just growing up without realizing how much of an importance they're going to feel later in life that they didn't spend time with us now. Because I rarely get to see my kids, and my grandkids are growing up without me, and they're one town over. They have very busy lives. They have, busy situations. I offer to keep the girls so that they can go work. Even now, I'm sitting here at home, and they still are running the dairy, but they choose to keep them with them always, except unless, of course, they're putting them in a daycare. And that's a whole nother issue. And I know that sounds bad, but it's true. I know how I feel now, and I made a point as a young mother to a fault, which is kind of why I believe Drew has this emotion now, of making sure that my son always had opportunities to be with his grands, because I knew how it felt when I didn't have my grands. He doesn't know that Well, he does know that. His grands are gone, and he was like attached to the hip with his grandma and grandpa. And the other side as well. I don't know. I don't understand it, but they just choose to. They're going to regret it. I'm regretting it. I could be ugly and force the issue, but I want them to want to be here. Does that make sense? I want them to want their kids to grow up with us, and they just don't. So I feel bad for them in the long run that they're going to have this this feeling of regret, because I know they will, because I have so much regret after my mom and dad died. So much regret. Number 8, what or who is the most important thing in your life now? Didn't we already answer that, Sandy? Okay, that was people. Now we're things. What or who? See, it's still who. Okay, so that was a deacon. He called, and I thought that I would take my immunity. For those of you who are wondering what I'm drinking. Boost, since I was up anyways. It's nasty. It's just nasty. This is not one of my favorite things in life. Just saying. It does taste the most like orange juice that I've ever had, but you know, medicine is just medicine. Not pretty. Not pretty, Gina. Oh, help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Number 8, what or who is the most important thing in your life now? Jesus. I mean, I don't know how to express that more. Is it difficult to keep that to be the truth? Is it always the truth? Are we battling in this Christian walk to keep that the truth? Yes. I mean, if we're talking about in this world, in life, it's Tom. In my whole soul, it's Jesus. Let's go on. Number 9, who or what inspires you not to give up? You, Missy. Because Tom says, Sandy's gonna win. He's such a butt. Oh, that boy, I promise you. He is special and irritating all at the same time. Do I need eyebrows on in isolation? Matter of fact, that deacon who's also, you know, family. He's not technically. He's my pastor's uncle, who is, my pastor's my cousin. But he's always been, you know, bummy actually. But he was like, Gina, you're going to go when it's your time and the Lord already has your days numbered, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, he goes, you're not coming down to the church at all? I was like, nope. And he was like, well, I said, I can't afford, you know, to get this virus. It will kill me. It literally will kill me. And he was all, well, who's around there with germs? I said, you. He was like, what? I'm perfectly healthy. And I was like, yeah, well, who are you around? And I was like, yeah, well, she's being tested for her 3rd time. So, no. He was like, well, how do you get your stuff? I said, Tom goes and gets it for me every time. He goes and gets my mail. He goes and gets my work. If I need anything from the church, he stops on his way home and picks it up. But I'm going to have to go on Monday because I need to get in the safe. And I have to go to the bank, which I'm going to go through the drive-thru. So Monday, I'm out. Unless he just forbids me, and then I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. He'll have to go himself, take off work, I guess. I don't know what to say. Enough ranting about that. Wow, that was off topic. Gina, Sandy, you are what inspires me not to give up. My why, it was my grandchildren when I started my weight loss journey. And it comes and goes, but my inspiration to not give up generally is you, because I know Tom's going to pick on me and use you as an example. What do you believe in? Jesus. Boy, Jesus, just all these answers. If you believe that Jesus is who he says he was, that he came to this earth, born of a virgin, died on the cross for your sins, and his world, he led a completely sinless life, and you accept him as your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, that's in a nutshell how you don't have to fret and worry, even though we do, even though we cause ourselves the stress and craziness. There it is in a nutshell. I believe in Jesus. If you were to die tomorrow, you hate death, Sandy. What the heck? If you were to die tomorrow, what would be your biggest regret? My biggest regret would be, I mean, there's plenty, but the very first thing that comes to my mind, and I was just talking about this to someone yesterday, is that I didn't pursue a career in music. That is my biggest regret. Well, I guess I have two. Not losing weight in my 20s is an additional regret. Well, number 12. What will you do to make sure that doesn't happen? You're looking at it, because I can't go back and start over and become a Grammy. Well, I am a Grammy. I'm a Grammy, but I'm not going to be getting no Grammys. I'm not going to get a Dove Award in my lifetime. I guess unless it was for one of the songs I've written, maybe somebody else singing it. Too old to start now, so I don't see how I would change that. I am working on my weight loss. I'm digging out Big Bertha because I'm isolated in this house. I am going to shut my membership down to Planet Fitness because I never go there. It's only $10 a month, and I've left it there for like a year and it went one time. I think it's time to let that go and just really utilize Big Bertha. I have given much thought to rejoining Weight Watchers. The problem that I have with it is I don't know that I believe in it. That's my problem. I do not care for Oprah Winfrey, like in general. I kind of want to have a pretty pink lid. I just don't know that I want to join because of all the change. I mean, Weight Watchers was an icon in this country, and it's not even Weight Watchers anymore. She took that away. And what the heck is WW? I don't know. If you followed me for any amount of time, clearly you already know I have a problem with name changes. Can't even change my own name to my channel, even though I really want to. It irritates the living crap out of me that they changed the name of our church, which was iconic in this country. Everyone in the denomination that we were in knew our church. Do I think it's a great name now? Yeah, I love the name. I just hate that our name was changed. I literally, it bugs me. Grates on my nerves. I think I buy things for packaging more than the product itself. That's what it looks like. It's kind of both, twofold. I swirl it together. Dark enough for me. I'm going to draw my next one whenever I get off here and go declutter. Oh, I just got done with my dishes. I have so much crap in my world. I need to get rid of it. So much stuff in my world. I did pretty good on that one though, for that. Do I put mascara on just to stay in the house? I think not. I know that's going to drive several of you crazy, but okay, that's as dolled up as I'm going to get while I'm in here in this isolated world. Let's read the rest of these questions and get this show on the road. Show on the road. I was going to get my show on the road somehow, wasn't I? Number 13. How can you make your life more meaningful starting today? To make my life more meaningful starting today, I need to take the time each day to spend more quality time with the Lord. Like spend more time writing, whether it be in word or in song. Choosing to share more on here in a positive way. It would do me a really good service to go back and reread Proverbs 31 and rededicate my devotion to being the Proverbs 31 lady of my home. I think that that would be very meaningful to my world. Maybe we could do that after we're done with Code 2020. That might be somewhere to go. Number 14. How can you change someone's life for the better? I think that in the way that I choose to present myself on here could possibly change someone's life for the better. I think that sharing my faith in all videos in some fashion, in some form, even if it's in the description box, just to make sure that we're always pointing people to the cross. would be a way that I could change someone's life for the better. Maybe singing in more videos to share the Lord and some worship would be great. But to change someone's life for the better, prayer. The nutshell of that question is prayer. And number 15, what is the one thing you are going to do differently after doing this tag? I'm going to focus more in whatever situation I find myself in. I'm going to focus and be more devoted to that event, at being the best I can be at that situation at that time. Does that make sense? That's what I would do. Sandy, I want to say how much I appreciate and love you. I love you and your family. We are going to get that time together. Tell Jim, yes, at some point in time, he is correct. Someone from YouTube is going to knock on your door, because it's going to be me. You might as well just know ahead of time it's going to happen. Matter of fact, Tom said the other day, he goes, do I need to send you to Sandy? He was like, I'm not a fan of course, me being here by myself when I am. And just the germs here in California are just ridiculous. And I was like, well, I'm sure she would be all right with that, but there's germs there too. So I'm not going in the middle of all this. But yeah, we talked about that just the other day. So I really want to thank you for tagging me. You know I love tags. It felt good to film this. Of course, I'm going to have to shut it way down because I talk and talk and talk incessantly. That's something I should change immediately. And as soon as I get my next video going, out of this container where we draw things to code 2020. This is where we draw to clean, organize, declutter, and enjoy your spaces. And it just makes life so simple. It's one task. It's nothing overwhelming. You're not thinking, oh my God, I got to clean that whole bedroom, that whole closet, that whole, well, sometimes it is a closet, but that whole house, that whole garage, that whole, whatever the case is. No, it's just one thing. It's sometimes one drawer, one closet, one this, that, the other. I'm on episode 9 now, I believe. So that's what I'm doing now. And I appreciate y'all for sticking around here and listening to the Gina rattle. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. God bless.